Memorial Day is all about remembering. The ceremonies we observe on this holiday provide renewed honor and gratitude towards those who have paid the ultimate sacrifice for our freedom, lest we forget. Lest we forget our family and friends who offered some of their life's most vital years in the service of their country, who sacrificed personal ambitions so the rest of us would not have to sacrifice ours. Ordinary human beings doing extraordinary things. How about landing a jet on the deck of an aircraft carrier at night in an angry sea, or storming a beach knowing the firepower that is entrenched in front of you, waiting to cut you to pieces? Sitting quietly in a swamp, listening to the sound of enemy troops moving around you, stifling the panic that wants to take control and give away your position. Or living underwater in a metal tube for weeks on end. Ordinary human beings doing extraordinary things. And those who did survive saw things they can never forget, yet don't want to talk about. My father served in World War II. That's him on the back left. He only told me one story about his war experience. Everything else I had to learn from others or read about. He was a radio bombardier, and on one mission, a fellow crewman became so scared he pulled off his oxygen mask so he would pass out, and he did not fly again. And on that same mission, one of the bombs did not release, so my dad and another crewman had to straddle the open bay and manually release the bomb. My dad, he didn't like climbing too high on a ladder. Ordinary human beings doing extraordinary things. Many did not survive those extraordinary things. I have an uncle who I was named for and was a fighter pilot in the Korean War. On October 10th, 1951, his aircraft received a direct hit by anti-aircraft fire and crashed into a mountain. His remains were not recovered. He and so many like him were not just soldiers, but a safeguard, a sword against the darkness, a testimony to a nation filled with ordinary people willing to do extraordinary things for the sake of others. And their sacrifice is a reminder of the greatest sacrifice the world has ever seen, Jesus on the cross. God had long contended with a stubborn world, yet still threw down many a blessing. But when all his other gifts could not prevail, he made a gift of himself. Romans 5:8, but God demonstrates his own love for us in this: while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. No higher price could have been paid. Remember that the next time the devil, the world, or your own flesh tries to convince you of your unworthiness. The value of any item is determined by how much someone is willing to pay for it. Christ's sacrifice on your behalf means you are valuable, acceptable, and lovable. I'm Pastor Keith, and that's just something to think about.